Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I thought, as it is now June, that marks 6 months of me doing my low buy year. And if you came along on my no buy year journey, I used to do updates every month, I think, towards the end. In my Facebook group, which is Budget Best Life, there's a really amazing community where we all just like chat through. You're welcome to join, by the way. It's free to join, obviously, and you can come along with like-minded people all trying to save and live their best life on a budget. I think a lot of people are feeling really, with everything going on with the bug and being at home compounded together, just makes everything a little bit tougher at the moment. Or potentially if you've lost your job or you're furloughed, or you're just trying to save a little bit of extra money. So hopefully this is going to be quite motivational and inspiring, and just kind of nice to chat it through with someone else that's doing it, because it's really hard if you're doing it on your own, or if you haven't kind of got someone to do it with. Or maybe a lot of people message me to say how can they get their partner to save because they're really spendy and the person's trying to save, and it's really difficult to do that. So maybe that's your situation. And yeah, I just thought it'd be a nice video to chat through with you today. I hope you like it. If you're new here, I would really love it if you wanted to subscribe to this channel. I upload 3 times a week. And yeah, let's get on with the video, shall we? I did speak about this in my chatty vlog recently. I feel like because all of our money, when it comes in, it goes straight either to bills or food or to the savings. There's no gratification from ourselves for like, well done, you've earned that money, it's yours, you can spend it. It's like amazing, we can put it into our savings. And as much as that is really good, it also kind of doesn't congratulate yourself. And I chatted a lot about this in my no buy year content, just to kind of say, it shouldn't be a punishment. You should do this because you want to. And if it's making you feel really bad feelings about it, your relationship with money is not going to be good. It's like a negative thing, and it needs to be a positive thing. I just think because I've gone for so long without spending any money on myself, I do need to realise it's still okay to do that. This month I've been doing things like books on Amazon, I'm trying to just educate myself with everything going on in the world at the moment. I'm just trying to really educate myself to be more understanding. I've read You, Me and White Supremacy, I think it's called, and Why I'm Not Talking to White People About Race anymore, and Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race. I'll link them down below for you. Both really good. And also loads of books for the children. We don't generally buy them loads of stuff throughout the year, but I wanted to also educate them because I realised, shamefully, that we haven't got very diverse bookshelves. And that's all part of this learning. And, like I spoke, we are all trying to do our best, and it might be that we didn't know certain things. And if you're trying to do something about it, that's great. And if you knew already, that's great. And if, it's just, education for me is something that is really important. So books I've been buying. I'm doing a lot of investment at the moment into my blog. If you don't know, I started as a blogger like 7 years ago at www.adventuresofamum.com. Don't go there because I'm just changing everything over to basically match everything to my profiles. So that will be larajoannajarvis.com, and that is it's taken such a backseat. So homeschooling is hard and I have to prioritise like the small amount of time I have to work. I have to prioritise it to YouTube. I love YouTube. It's my passion, but I've always loved writing and I've always loved taking photographs. My blog will always be there for that reason. And I also love, it's a different medium to share articles and advice and, just our life. I'm investing back in my blog because it's taken such a backseat, and I need to really go back to it because that is where I started and I do love doing it. So that's money I'm spending. Again, I think that, if you're investing in yourself or a product that's going to help you, that's a really good thing to do. So again, no punishment there from myself internally. So in terms of Stu's job, he's currently still employed. They just threw a huge curveball by saying that unless they're furloughed by Monday, I'm filming this on Saturday, they were told on Thursday or Wednesday I think, unless they furlough, then if they won't be able to then furlough after Monday, which means in like July, late June, August, if the company then needs to make cuts and like to make up for the losses, they'd have to make them redundant. So literally we could go from being absolutely fine at the moment, he's busy every day, he's working all the time, to like, you've been made redundant and there's no furlough option. So that's really, really hard. I'd love to know if you've been furloughed, how you're dealing with it financially. You know, I think it's kind of good in a way because there's so few outgoings in terms of you're not buying lunch every day at work, you're not buying that coffee, you're not getting on the train, you're not doing all these things for the most part, that it's then negating like the loss potentially, although it's really hard still. So lots of people have said to me actually that they are saving loads of money because of being on furlough or being at home or being in lockdown. This is one of those cold infusions, I think it's called, from Twinings. They kindly sent me some because I did some work with them ages ago, so they sent me like a box of them, and they're really, really nice. They're just like water, flavoured water, but it's like packed full of, you know, different things. So if you're wondering what this random tea bag is, there's quite a few different flavours actually. This one is called And Breathe. I felt like I needed that today. So I haven't really done like a money update, partly because I think I shared so much with you last year, breaking it down. Part of me thinks, is it crass? Is it impolite to talk about money? Part of me thinks, is it inspirational to show you our journey and how we've managed to do it, and, you know, give you all the advice on the way through? And part of me thinks, is it oversharing? Is it too much information? Is it private? And part of me doesn't know what to do. So I could do a kind of money update if you wanted. Obviously we are saving for our house. Update coming soon. Curveball coming soon. So yeah, keep watching if you want to see that update. But part of me isn't sure whether to kind of keep going with that side of things or not. So let me know if you want to know that. I guess you might, because it's kind of interesting maybe. But yeah, we're still saving for our house deposit and we're doing really well considering I haven't had any work since February. I've had a couple of little things, but basically my income has gone zoom. And I really thankfully was entitled to the grant. So self-employed people could apply for like loss of earnings. You have to prove that you've lost your earnings and you can apply and you get the grant from the government, which is then taxable. But the real kicker to that was that they take the money from the past, from 2016 to 2019 tax, so 3 years, and they take an average of that and then they pay you 80% of that, which is great if you're not in a growing business. So obviously my business in 2016 looked totally different to what it did last year. And the other really annoying thing is they don't take in the last year. So my biggest year, it's a growing business, it grows year on year, is my biggest year. They don't take that into consideration, but they do take in the really, really, really bad years where you're just starting out or just growing and your average is like really down. So I've really suffered financially with this and it's really, really, really rubbish, and I know so many other people have. I'm so grateful Stu is in his job still and that he's still getting paid his wage, but part of me just thinks it's a real kick in the teeth knowing how well we're doing with saving to then not earning any money and not being able to save as well. Having said that, we're really cutting back. We've done loads of really great things like for us, like within the household, that saved loads of money, and Stu's doing well with his commission, which I've mentioned before, he's in sales, so a lot of his money is made up with commission, which is another thing. If he goes on furlough, like they only pay basic, which is not good if you know what it's like structure wise in sales, but it's something, you know, it's something that I've been paid, and what can I say, it's just a bit rubbish, but we're still saving and we're still going, and yeah, everything that I earn goes into that. And like I said, it's a bit rubbish when you're not kind of gratifying yourself for earning that. So I think maybe I will spend something on us as a family when I next get some work. I don't know. It's hard to kind of, I almost feel psychologically now I need to do some work on my money mindset again, because, and I have done a whole video on money mindset, which I'll try and link in the description. If I forget to do that, then just go onto my budgeting playlist, which is in the description, and you'll find it. I feel that my money mindset needs to change because it's quite, not open to the money flowing through me, and I think that's really important. So I think when you're saving so hard, your money relationship really changes. It's not money to be spent, it's money to be saved, and it comes in and then immediately goes back out again. So that's really not necessarily a good mindset to be in. So maybe I'll do a video on that if you're interested, once I work through it myself. Another thing, I am gutted, so gutted, our premium bonds for the last 2 months have paid out nothing. Nothing. I'm so gutted. I can't believe it. I have this visualisation on my vision board, and it's £20,000 and it's coming to me from a good source, not a bad place, like no negativity. Like, you always have to ask if you're into like law of attraction, stuff like that, then always say from a good place or not at all. And that means, you know, you don't go in a car crash to get the money, that kind of thing. And I always think it's going to be my premium bonds. So every month, and in my visualisation, it's in the kitchen. So we stand in the kitchen and I get the app and I'm like, doing a pregnancy test. It's like, what's it going to say? What's it going to say? And literally, you wouldn't even believe. I'm like, huh? What? Nothing? Nothing? Like, trying to get it to redo it. I'm gutted. So yeah, if you have premium bonds, I hope you're having better luck than us. And what else did I want to talk to you about? I guess I just want to kind of catch up with you, really. It's just nice to connect with you and like-minded people, get their kind of how they're feeling. What I also wanted to say to you was that a lot of people's spending comes from an emotional place. So when I did my no buy year, I really learnt that. So anxiety, stress, love, happiness, like, it's not always a negative thing. So I feel that this situation, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and it's kind of the escapism of, oh, I'm just going to buy that and then I'll feel better. And it's really retraining your brain to work on something else to help that, like, satisfy that feeling or need, because the very small feeling of amazing, like, I've bought that, as soon as it arrives, it's like, I'll try it on, it's amazing, and then that feeling's gone almost. So it's really recognising what your spending triggers are, and then you can do the work to work that out, to get rid of it. So yeah, if you're feeling that you're shopping because you're anxious, or maybe you're shopping because you're bored, that's another big one. Try and do something, as you know, like they say when you're trying to give up smoking, I think they say this, like, if it's when you get in the car, that's your trigger, then do people still smoke? I don't know, I don't feel like they do, but if you do, and yeah, it's like that trigger of like getting in the car, that's when you get a cigarette. Then it's that feeling of when you're feeling really, you replace it basically with something else. So that's a really good project to work on with yourself if you've done it before. Then you may know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, then really, really focus on those feelings and what's bringing that out in you. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here because this is a long one, but I hope this was in some way good to watch. And if you did like it, please do give it a like, because it does help with the algorithm and YouTube say this is a good video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all so soon. Oh, that's my door. Bye.